What is happening in the world right now? The news cycle is moving at lightning speed, and here at the Roger Report, we're bringing you the must-know updates you cannot afford to miss. Get ready, because we've got a packed show with stories that are shaking things up across the board. From major sports developments that will leave you breathless to insights that could change your perspective, we're diving deep into the headlines that matter. You think you know what's going on? Think again. We're serving up the unfiltered truth, the breaking details, and the analysis you won't find anywhere else. This is more than just news, it's the pulse of what's next. So buckle up, stay locked in, and prepare to be informed like never before. Let's get into it. First up, a seismic shift in the sports world that has fans buzzing and analysts scrambling. We're talking about a season-ending announcement that's sending shockwaves through the league and raising serious questions about the road ahead. This development is not just a game changer. It's a narrative-defining moment that everyone will be talking about. Then, we're shifting gears to another significant update that's capturing widespread attention. This story involves a prominent figure facing a challenging situation, and the details emerging are painting a complex picture of resilience and the realities of high-level competition. It's a situation that highlights the pressures and unexpected turns in the spotlight. Finally, we've got a developing situation that speaks volumes about the unpredictable nature of the current landscape. This particular story is unfolding rapidly, with new information constantly surfacing, and it's one you'll definitely want to stay tuned for. Don't just keep up, get ahead. If you're loving this rapid-fire delivery of essential updates, make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up so you never miss a moment. Let's go. A season comes to an unforeseen end. This is a development that has sent ripples of concern and disappointment through the sports community, particularly among fans of the Indiana Fever and the broader WNBA. The star guard, Caitlin Clark, will not be returning to play for the remainder of the 2025 season, marking an abrupt and premature conclusion to her campaign. The announcement, made by the Indiana Fever on Thursday evening, confirmed the worst fears of many after Clark had been sidelined since July 15th. Her last appearance on the court was in a game against the Connecticut Sun, where she exited with less than a minute remaining due to a right groin injury. This injury immediately cast a shadow over her participation in the upcoming All-Star Weekend festivities, which she was eagerly anticipating. Clark's season has been a challenging one, marked by a series of setbacks. Prior to the groin injury, she experienced quad tightness during training camp and preseason. This was followed by a quad strain in late May that forced her to miss 5 games, the first time she had sat out since the start of her college career. Upon her return in mid-June, Clark demonstrated remarkable resilience and a new perspective, delivering a standout performance with 32 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. She spoke about the difficulty of the recovery process, noting, "I think the hardest part is when you begin to feel really good. And then, it's just a process of working yourself back into actually getting up and down and getting out there with my teammates." However, just 5 games after her return, the injury bug struck again. Experiencing pain after a win against the Seattle Storm, an MRI revealed a left groin injury. This sidelined her for another 5 games, including the Fever's Commissioner's Cup title game victory. She managed to return to action on July 9th, but after just 4 games in a single week, the fateful injury against the Connecticut Sun occurred, ultimately ending her season. Despite hopes for her return, including comments from head coach Stephanie White in August about wanting to see her back in practice and handling contact, the timeline for recovery proved too tight. With the playoffs looming and only a few regular season games remaining, the team and Clark faced the reality that there wasn't enough time for her to regain game-level conditioning and safely return to play. The decision was made to prioritize her long-term health and well-being, ruling her out for the year. Clark appeared in only 13 games this season, averaging an impressive 16.5 points and 8.8 assists per game, numbers that still earned her an All-Star selection. The Indiana Fever's record with her on the floor was 8-5, highlighting her significant impact. Her absence is a substantial blow, as the team's net rating drops considerably when she is off the court. This marks a stark contrast to her rookie season, where she played in all 40 games. Her health moving forward will undoubtedly be a major storyline for the Indiana Fever. Fans and analysts alike have expressed their disappointment, with many acknowledging the frustration Clark must feel after working so hard to return. The focus now shifts to her full recovery and anticipation for the 2026 season, where she is expected to be back at full strength. The league, which has seen record attendance partly fueled by Clark's presence, now faces the challenge of concluding the season without one of its brightest stars. And that's the latest on this developing sports story. But the news doesn't stop there. We've got another major update that's got everyone talking. A Stars season cut short. In a development that has left fans and the league in a state of collective disappointment, Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark has officially been ruled out for the remainder of the 2025 WNBA season. This decision brings an abrupt halt to what has been a challenging and injury-plagued sophomore campaign for one of the league's most electrifying talents. The confirmation came via social media on Thursday evening, where Clark herself shared the difficult news. "I had hoped to share a better update, but I will not be returning to play this season," she posted, expressing her profound disappointment. "I spent hours in the gym every day with the singular goal of getting back out there. Disappointed isn't a big enough word to describe how I am feeling." This statement underscores the immense effort and dedication Clark has put into her recovery, only to face the harsh reality of insufficient time to return to the court safely. Clark's season was derailed early on by a series of injuries. She first dealt with quad tightness during the preseason, followed by a significant quad strain in late May that caused her to miss 5 games. After returning and demonstrating her impact, she suffered a left groin injury, sidelining her for another 5 games. The final blow came on July 15th, when she sustained a right groin injury during the final minute of a game against the Connecticut Sun. This injury not only ended her season, but also forced her to miss the WNBA All-Star Game and 3-point contest, events for which she was a highly anticipated participant. Adding to the list of physical challenges, Clark also suffered a bone bruise in her left ankle during a workout in August, further complicating her recovery timeline. Despite these setbacks, Clark remained a vocal presence, attending games to support her teammates and expressing gratitude for the fans' unwavering support. "The way the fans continued to show up for me, and for the Fever, brought me so much joy and important perspective," she wrote in her statement. "I am so proud of how this team has only gotten stronger through adversity this year. Now it's time to close out the season and claim our spot in the playoffs." Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White had expressed a cautious optimism regarding Clark's potential return in the weeks leading up to the final decision. White mentioned that Clark was participating in full-court drills without defense and was improving, but crucially, had not yet been cleared for contact drills. "She's working as hard as she can to make sure that she is coming back or is capable of coming back," White stated. "I think that the long-term viewpoint of her health and wellness is the most important thing." Ultimately, the ticking clock of the regular season and the impending playoffs made a return impossible. Fever COO and General Manager Amber Cox echoed this sentiment. "Caitlin has worked so hard throughout this time, doing everything possible to recover and return to the court, but ultimately, time is not on our side." The team confirmed that while they would continue to provide Clark with every resource, there simply wasn't enough time for a safe return. They are now looking forward to having her back at full strength for the start of the 2026 season. Clark's absence is a significant blow not only to the Fever, who are battling for a postseason spot, but also to the league as a whole. Her presence has been a major draw, contributing to record attendance figures. This season, she played in just 13 games, averaging 16.5 points, 8.8 assists, and 5 rebounds. This unfortunate turn of events means she will not be able to build on her stellar rookie season, where she was named Rookie of the Year, and the team must now navigate the crucial final stretch of the season without their star player. The Fever are also dealing with multiple other season-ending injuries to key players, further compounding their challenges. It's a tough update for the Fever and their fans, highlighting the unpredictable nature of professional sports. But that's not the only significant story we're tracking today. We're moving on to another compelling development: a season's unfortunate conclusion. In a development that has cast a somber cloud over the WNBA, Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark has been officially ruled out for the remainder of the 2025 season. This devastating update brings an early and unexpected end to her sophomore campaign, leaving fans and the league grappling with the impact of her absence. The confirmation arrived on Thursday evening, delivered through a poignant social media post by Clark herself. "I had hoped to share a better update, but I will not be returning to play this season," she stated, conveying a depth of disappointment that resonated with many. "I spent hours in the gym every day with the singular goal of getting back out there. Disappointed isn't a big enough word to describe how I am feeling." Her words painted a vivid picture of the relentless effort invested in her recovery, juxtaposed against the cruel reality of time running out. Clark's season has been a narrative of resilience tested by a persistent series of injuries. It began with quad tightness during the preseason, followed by a significant quad strain in late May that sidelined her for 5 crucial games. This marked the first time in her collegiate or professional career that she had missed significant playing time due to injury. Upon her return, she showcased her immense talent and impact, but the setbacks continued. A left groin injury led to another stint on the sidelines, and the most significant blow came on July 15th during a game against the Connecticut Sun. While exiting that game with less than a minute remaining, she sustained a right groin injury, an ailment that ultimately proved too severe to overcome for the remainder of the season. Adding to the physical toll, Clark also suffered a bone bruise in her left ankle during an August workout, further complicating the path back to the court. Throughout this period of uncertainty, Clark remained a visible and supportive presence for her team, attending games and expressing profound gratitude for the steadfast backing she received. "I want to thank everyone who had my back through all the uncertainty," she posted. "This has been incredibly frustrating, but even in the bad, there is good. The way the fans continue to show up for me and for the Fever brought me so much joy and important perspective. I am so proud of how this team has only gotten stronger through adversity this year. Now it's time to close out the season and claim our spot in the playoffs." In the days leading up to the official announcement, Fever head coach Stephanie White had maintained a flicker of hope, indicating that Clark was showing improvement and participating in non-contact drills. "She's working as hard as she can to make sure that she is coming back or is capable of coming back," White had said, emphasizing the organization's commitment to her long-term health. However, the reality of the calendar proved insurmountable. With the playoffs rapidly approaching and only a handful of regular season games left, the window for Clark to regain the necessary conditioning and game readiness closed. Fever COO and General Manager Amber Cox confirmed the difficult decision, stating, "Caitlin has worked so hard throughout this time, doing everything possible to recover and return to the court, but ultimately, time is not on our side." The team's priority remains Clark's complete recovery, with aspirations for her to return at full strength for the 2026 season. Clark's absence is a significant blow to the Fever, who are currently in a tight race for a playoff spot. It also impacts the league, which has seen unprecedented growth in viewership and attendance, with Clark being a major catalyst. In her 13 appearances this season, Clark averaged 16.5 points, 8.8 assists, and 5 rebounds, statistics that underscore her immediate impact and the void her absence creates. This season stands in stark contrast to her debut year, where she played every game and earned Rookie of the Year honors. The Fever are also contending with a significant number of other players sidelined by injuries, adding to the team's challenges. A tough break for a rising star and her team, underscoring the physical demands of professional sports. But the news cycle keeps turning, and we've got more crucial updates coming your way. Season concludes early amidst injury woes. In a somber update for the Indiana Fever and their devoted fanbase, star guard Caitlin Clark has been officially declared out for the remainder of the 2025 WNBA season due to a persistent right groin injury. This marks a premature end to her second professional year, a campaign that has been significantly impacted by a series of physical setbacks. Clark herself shared the difficult news in a statement released on Thursday evening. "I had hoped to share a better update, but I will not be returning to play this season," she expressed. "I spent hours in the gym every day with the singular goal of getting back out there. Disappointed isn't a big enough word to describe how I am feeling." This sentiment highlights the immense dedication she has poured into her recovery, battling against the clock and the severity of her injuries. The journey back to the court for Clark this season has been fraught with challenges. She initially grappled with quad tightness during the preseason. This was followed by a quad strain in late May that kept her sidelined for 5 games. Despite returning to action and showcasing her usual brilliance, she then suffered a left groin injury, resulting in another 5-game absence. The most critical injury occurred on July 15th during a contest against the Connecticut Sun, where she sustained the right groin injury that has now ended her season. Adding to the physical toll, Clark also experienced a bone bruise in her left ankle during an August workout, further complicating her recovery process. Throughout her recovery period, Clark remained a supportive figure for her teammates, attending games and acknowledging the unwavering encouragement from fans. "I want to thank everyone who had my back through all the uncertainty," she stated. "This has been incredibly frustrating, but even in the bad, there is good. The way the fans continue to show up for me and for the Fever brought me so much joy and important perspective. I am so proud of how this team has only gotten stronger through adversity this year. Now it's time to close out the season and claim our spot in the playoffs." Indiana Fever COO and General Manager Amber Cox reiterated the team's commitment to Clark's well-being, stating, "Caitlin has worked so hard throughout this time, doing everything possible to recover and return to the court, but ultimately, time is not on our side." Cox added that while the team would provide all necessary resources, there simply wasn't enough time remaining in the season for Clark to safely return to play. The organization is now focused on her full recovery, with the goal of having her back at 100% for the start of the 2026 season. Coach Stephanie White had previously indicated that Clark was progressing and participating in some team drills, but had not yet been cleared for full contact. The team's medical staff and leadership ultimately determined that the risk of further injury and the lack of sufficient time for proper rehabilitation made a return this season unfeasible. Clark's absence is a significant blow to the Fever, who are actively competing for a playoff berth in the final weeks of the regular season. Her statistics in the 13 games she played were impressive, averaging 16.5 points, 8.8 assists, and 5 rebounds per game. This season's limited participation stands in stark contrast to her rookie year, where she played in every game and earned Rookie of the Year honors. The Fever are also contending with a lengthy injury list, with several other key players also sidelined for the season, adding to the team's considerable challenges as they push towards the postseason. An unfortunate chapter closes for a star player, highlighting the physical realities of elite competition. But we're not done yet. We've got one more crucial update to bring you. And that's a wrap on today's Essential Updates. We've seen a star player's season come to an unexpected close, a significant development in the sports world, and other key stories you need to know. Don't miss out on any of our future breakdowns. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and give this video a like. We'll see you next time on the Roger Report.